Young world, happy Friday. I know I said I'd record these on Wednesdays, but this week got away from me, and so here it is, Friday, ready to get into the weekend, and I'm recording my weekly post. So, the things I wanted to talk about today. Number one, having grace and patience with yourself. And this is big. This is very important because I get very frustrated. I get very frustrated with myself. I get frustrated with people. Probably more myself than others. But if things don't happen sort of quickly, and if it takes a lot of explaining, I get frustrated, and that's for myself too. If I need a lot of explanation or instruction, I I think it's a bad thing. That's not true. That's definitely not true. Um, so that leads me to the second point, which is I've always been a work in progress. I've always um, gone to therapy or coaching or whatever it is to try to improve yourself. Obviously, I've read a lot of books, but it's really hard to for me. It was really hard to absorb all that and then also like put it into practice and be vigilant and diligent every day and work on whatever it is that comes up. And obviously it's always comes from your thoughts. That's what starts everything. Um so yeah, there's not a right way to do it. I've tried a bunch of things, and you have to find out for yourself. You just got to do it, and you got to find out what's best for you. And the, the big thing is that working on yourself is hard work, and it's difficult, and it takes a lot of time, effort, energy, frustration. Yeah, you got to be diligent with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be vulnerable. A lot of those things for me were scary as hell. Um, so yeah, it's definitely a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people don't work on themselves because of the fact that it is hard and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, commitment, energy. A lot of people are more comfortable, you know, criticizing others or making judgments on others, which doesn't help you, and you know, it doesn't even help them. But that's the way some people handle what goes on in the world, what goes on in your world. So, but really, the number one thing is that you have to really want to change and want to work on it and want to improve and get better. But you gotta identify it first, and you have to really want it yourself. It can't be someone else telling you to do it, or I don't know, influencing you, whoever is in your life. It needs to come from you, because if it comes from someone else, you'll you won't get as much out of it if you're not like fully invested in it and you're not bought into the commitment, the idea of change, the process of change, and it definitely is not an overnight thing. Next point: you need to work with someone professional. I recommend professionals. You can do it over the over the web. You can do it on phone calls. You can do it in person, however you see fit. But you definitely need a person to be the neutral third party, and they're the ones that help you, figure out what needs to be done, and then also continue to stay on track. and make improvements, and stick to your plan. And it's it's something that you need to do every day. Um, every day. I mean, for me, it's a daily thing. I would imagine for most people it is too. But it's something that you need to think about. You need to work on every day, and especially when it's hard or it's you're low on energy or whatever. That's when you have to be the most diligent because um, that's where you like your subconscious and all the other things that you're not thinking about start taking over, and you can't be on autopilot like that. So this person, this third party, will help you stay on track, call you on your bullshit, and just literally like make sure you're doing everything you need to do, and then also like reflecting and being a mirror for you to hear um, yourself, and then also to run things past them and get their point of view. Because sometimes, a lot of times, at least for me, it was my point of view is what was off, and you can't see it from like being just looking inside. It's you need someone's help to bring that stuff to your attention. So anyway, but the next point is basically the work definitely comes from you, and you have to be ready. You have to be committed to it. You have to be aware of what needs to change, and then you can start working on those things. And the the next point that I have is just it doesn't happen overnight. There's no such thing as a quick fix. There's no shortcut. There's no hacks. If there was, or let's say you got lucky and something worked really, really quickly, I would imagine that it's not going to be a lasting change. It's not going to be a change on the level that you need to be able to sustain it and truly change like the patterns and everything underneath it, because there's a lot of um, things that you need to go through and you need to understand about yourself, about the way you see things, about the way you react to things, about the way you see the world. And a lot of times it sounds like in your head, at least in my head, it sounded like facts, and it wasn't. It was opinion and um, the story that I would tell myself. And my coach would always, go over that with me and say, it's not the situation that causes the suffering; it's the story that you play back in your head that causes you to suffer, and that story keeps playing over and over and over again. At least for me, it did. So yeah, episode number 4 of Hey Young World, my reference to Slick Rick, Nas, all those rappers that I think are so talented and so good with words. But yeah, Hey Young World is something that Slick Rick came up with, and then Nas put it on one of his tracks. But the thing I'll close with, so yeah, episode number 4, it's April 4th, 2025. And the thing I'll close with is just back to like sucking at something and doing it anyway. When I was somewhere around like 6 or 7 years old, my family went on a vacation to Lake George, New York, and it's a big freshwater lake. You can't even see the other side of it from one side, and the place we were staying had had all kinds of boats and stuff that would take you out around and take you to other spots on the within the lake, and there was like a place where they'd have like a barbecue at night and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, it would take you around. During the day there was a water skiing boat, and I think I was 6 or 7, and all the people that were running the boats were like, you're too young, you won't be able to get up, you won't be strong enough, you won't be able to hold yourself up for water skiing, so I was like, I want to do it anyway. I want to try it. I want to see what it's like. I think I can. And they explained that, when the boat pulls, you need to like lean away from it or sort of pull against it, and then that like lifts you up to the top of the water, and then you go across the top of the water, obviously. But the hardest part is getting started, and that's what I sucked at, and I I think I shocked a bunch of people that said I wasn't going to be able to do it because I did it. But yeah, that's my story of the day and my moral, and just suck at something, push yourself, do it, even though it might not feel comfortable, it might not feel like you know what you're doing. You definitely don't know what you're doing, so but don't let that stop you. Do it anyway, and defy what people say, what you think, um, and any limitations, because that's where you actually learn and get better and improve and grow. So, happy Friday. See ya.